Alright, so let's solve this question here. Given that set x equals root 5, but when x is between 90 and 360 degrees, find exact values of cot x. Okay, let's draw it first. We've got a unit circle. Hopefully that works, yep. Now, it's between 90 and 360. So quadrant 2, 3, and 4 are in play. Now, sec x. Sec x is 1 on cosine x. And the answer is root 5. That's a positive number. So, C-A-S-T. Now, it can't be in this quadrant or this quadrant because sec x, if it's positive, is going to be the same. CAST is going to apply as well. So it must be in quadrant 4. So whatever my answer is for x, which is what I'm trying to find, or at least what I'm dealing with, then it must be in quadrant 4. So just a quick note. Let's put it here. Must be quad 4. Okay, that's a good first step. Now we need to dig into our identities and see if we can find something that's going to help us with this. Now, one of the identities that uses sec in it is 1, so we'll just call this an identity for now, is 1 plus tan squared theta equals sec squared theta. Now, we should be able to apply that here because we know 1 plus tan squared theta, and we know that sec theta, or sec x, is root 5. So sec theta squared must be root 5 squared. So that's sec x, that's sec squared x. So that gives us 1 plus tan squared theta equals 5. We can rearrange this a little bit. Tan squared theta equals 4, which means that tan theta, I should really be using x here, shouldn't I? X, 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 which means that tan x is equal to the square root of 4. So tan x equals plus or minus 2. I'm getting really, really close here. So it might be really tempting here to split off into 2 and say tan x equals positive 2 or tan x equals negative 2. But remember what we did in our very first step. We said that it's between 90 and 360, but because sec is a positive answer, then it must be in quadrant 4. So it stands to reason that tan x will also be in quadrant 4. Because the x is just x will be in quadrant 4. It's always in quadrant 4. This x is in quadrant 4, whether it's sec or tan or cot. So, in quadrant 4, tans are always negative. So we can put in a little thing here that says disregard positive 2. So now we have an answer, tan x equals negative 2, but we want cot x. Find the exact value of cot x. So, cot x, 1 on tan x equals negative 1/2, which means that cot x equals negative 1/2. Okay, so using one of our bonus Pythagorean trig identities, we can start to bring this down into something. Be mindful when you see something like cot x that tan is going to be useful there. Be mindful if you see sec x that you might need to square it to give you sec squared or cosec squared or something like that. Alright, so let's knock over just like a bonus question here. Find the exact value of cosec x. Now, it might be tempting to sort of go through a similar procedure, but the fact that I know that cot x equals negative 1/2, I can actually use that along with one of my bonus Pythagorean trig identities. So the bonus trig identity I'm going to use is cot squared theta, or cot squared x, whatever you want. Cot squared theta plus 1 equals cosec squared, or cosec squared theta. Alright, so I can use that, I can use the information I've got there, and then it's really, really straightforward. So cot x, therefore, so cot x is equal to negative a half. So cot squared x is going to be equal to 1/4. Negative a half squared is 1/4 plus 1. Okay, so 1/4 plus 1, that's 5/4, equals cosec squared theta. I'm just going to write that a bit differently just so you get a feel for this. That's the same as that. Now, but I don't want cosec squared theta. I want cosec x. That's x. Now, I need to square root everything. So it's going to be square root of 5 over square root of 4. 2. Alright, so much easier than doing this, but obviously I need to do all that before I could do something like this. You've got to learn your trig identities. Probably a little better than I've got them. Good luck. Copy it down. But, I lied, don't copy it down just yet. When I square rooted this, plus or minus. So then we need to go back to thinking about what quadrant we're in. Go right over here. What quadrant are we in? We're in quadrant 4 still. Cosec is like, what's cosec? That's sine's cousin. And sine in the 4th quadrant is negative. So it's going to be cosec x equals negative root 5/2 because of the 4th quadrant, because we're in the 4th quadrant. In 4th quadrant. Alright, now I'm done.